And welcome back to Icers Hockey, and I mentioned in the second period that we were going to have a mystery guest. No mystery now, former Icers goaltender Ted Hume. Teddy, good to see you. You're living in Chicago, came down to watch the game. What are your thoughts after 40 minutes?
The team looks actually fantastic, crisp, well-coached. Everyone looks great. That first line, they are men among boys. It's child's play out there, and they're on the ice. And on all the returning players that I played with look fantastic as well. They're all back checking, all making crisp passes. They're definitely holding water out there. It's great to see them out there playing so well.
Obviously, am I correct in thinking it's got to be difficult for you to watch this, having just stepped away from the team?
Well, as I was walking out here, I had a pretzel and a cherry Coke in hand. I saw Joe Paul. I went to him. It was like, it's a lot, more relaxing, enjoy the game this way rather than being down in the locker room, mentally getting ready to be the goalie for the game. But, being here, just seeing it, it sort of, brings back the memories of, the road trip from hell out here. And, that was just an absolute disaster all around. I'm sure you remember it.
Yeah.
It's the road trip from hell.
Yeah, we prefer not to talk about that one, but obviously things going well for you in Chicago. We were talking during the break there. You're working for a firm that really almost recruited you as a hockey player too.
Yeah, definitely. They sponsor two beer league teams, and there's some hockey guys that work there. Like when I on Friday I left my desk for a little bit to go get some food or something other, and when I came back, my desktop wallpaper was a team picture of Illinois, and turned out the culprit, a guy who works at my company also, JJ Heredia, who was a great Illini player in the past. He was on that undefeated team, and he was a first-team All-American a couple times. So, me and him had a friendly back and forth going all week. I told him that he better bring me a dustpan for my computer. I had to wipe the dust off after that,
I can just picture that, because JJ was a heck of a hockey player in his day with the Illini. And I understand that, talking to Paul Daly's dad, that Paul has a job interview with your firm, so you're going to get some backup maybe, perhaps.
I'm hoping so. Him and Clarkey have a interview with the company on Monday, and it's part of the being part of the Icers family, being out there and, maybe going and talking to your company's HR department and helping out your fellow Icer family members. And, I'd love to have them out there. There are 5 Penn State lacrosse players who work at my company now, and actually live with one. So, I had to come down here to remind myself that I played Penn State hockey, not Penn State lacrosse,
I've asked a lot of the former players, and being as how last season was your last one, is there one memory in your 4 years that really speaks to what Penn State hockey was for you?
For me personally, my top memory was my junior year in January. Our junior year, there really weren't any expectations for us at all. We had graduated 13 players, and just not any 13 players, 13 great players, almost every single one of those guys in the lineup. And there are no expectations for us at all, but we kept on winning hockey games. But, people were like, well, is this team for real, or is it playing an easy schedule? And, then Ohio came into town the weekend after sweeping Lindenwood. And, luckily have it, my mom was up from Austin, from Texas, and first weekend she'd been at Penn State to watch me play. And we played 2 fantastic games, won them both, I think 1 3-2, 1 3-1. Both just intense, hard-fought, awesome hockey games. And, we showed the ACHA that we were for real that year, even though we had lost so many guys. So being able to do that in front of my mom and, I always loved playing Ohio too. Doing that, I would say that was sort of, the one memory that I will always fondly look back on my time. And, what can I say though? I just love Penn State. I had the best 4 years of my life there. It was the most amazing time. So, the whole thing is good. I just get, gushy just thinking about it, I guess. It was awesome. That's all I can say.
Well, I know Icers fans love watching you play, and it's always great to see you. You're always up, let's put it that way. Typical goaltender. Teddy, good to see you, my friend. Say hi to your phone. I know your dad was watching last week of the Blue-White game.
Well, it's a hard habit to break. After 4 years, Friday, Saturday, listening to me, but luckily my sister actually is starting her freshman year. She plays volleyball at Colgate. So, she sort of replaced, she sort of switches back and forth, So, when my sister's not playing volleyball, she can still see, Penn State and, keep up with the team. And, it's such an interesting time for Penn State hockey and such a dynamic time. But, I tell you what, I mean, I can't wait 10 years from now, go back to the cool ice arena, see that board that we all signed. I actually signed it twice. I printed my name and signed my name, one day I'll show my kid that signature to be like, Dad, I can't believe you played Big Ten hockey for Penn State, I'll be like, yeah, son.
Yeah, of course I did. And I was a star.
But, I'm going to miss the hell out of the ACHA, the battles with Ohio and Rhode Island under the yellow lights of the Greenberg. I remember coming out here freshman year, this barn was absolutely packed, I'm definitely going to miss the ACHA, but I'll tell you what, sitting on my couch watching the game, Big Ten Network HD is going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's for sure. Ted, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
That's a tough act to follow, folks. Teddy Hume always, I said he was always good for a couple of good quotes, but we're going to step aside and we'll be back with third period action. Penn State leading Illinois by a score of 5-1. This is the Icers Hockey Network.